So I'm at my warehouse now. My granddaughter got a jersey. She likes to play soccer, so it's some soccer player that she really likes. And she got it for Christmas. And my daughter wanted to buy her a shadowbox for the jersey. Well, I didn't know if she picked one up. It's a little bit smaller than what the jersey is, so she had to fold it and do all this stuff. Because the one that would fit would cost about $200. So I told her I'll build it for her. So I went into the lumberyard, hardware store. I picked up poplar because it's going to get painted. And so that's what we're doing. So I'm going to show you how we build the shadow box. Okay? I have a piece of poplar here now. Swing it over to 45. This is the smaller stock, about 4 inches. So now I made the top and the bottom. Okay, this is the lumber you saw me cut in my warehouse. This is what I'm going to make for my granddaughter Gigi, her shadow box. She had gotten a jersey for Christmas and my daughter wanted to have it in a shadow box, and so for the size that she needed would have run over $200. So I picked up this lumber at the hardware store. It's a thinner stock, about a 1/2 inch, a little under. Okay, it's poplar because I'm going to paint it. I like working with it. And so I've already cut the sides and the lengths, and now I'm going to go ahead and glue it together, and I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to pin it, and then I'm going to do a little trim, and we'll get a piece of glass cut. So normally this would have cost like $200. I think in all the material we'll have about $65 worth of material putting this thing together. Okay, so let's get it going. Now this is a really strong glue. But you need to be ready to move quickly when you use it. Good, strong, but like I said, you got to move quickly when you use it. Okay, this is our side, this is our bottom. Put this here. Stuff dries good, hard. Okay. Now I'm also going to pin it. Okay, if you're going to use this glue, you got to move quickly. If you mess up and it doesn't get in there correctly, you have to take it apart and redo it. This, my friend, is going to be very good. I trusted my cuts, so I'm able to do this free-handed. I'll check it before I put the trim on it. And that trim, I'll be able to make sure it's totally square, but I trust my measurements. Everything's looking real good. Get in the microphone and I stop talking. All right, pin it together. I'm feeling good about it. Okay. Okay. Now, it's nice and strong already. You don't have to worry about everything. This here, a little bit of glue got on to the top and it stuck right to it. It's beautiful. Remember now, this is a poplar. We're going to putty everything. I'm going to put my trim on first, and we're going to putty everything, then sand it down and so that we're able to paint it. But I like how this is going. Before I cut the molding, I'm going to put a trim around this, a nice little decorative trim on the front. It's going to have two purposes. One for aesthetics, so it looks good, and the second one is to hold the glass in. Okay, and but I first want to check the box for square. Okay, so if you have a framing square, you can use a framing square, but I always, you can always do it when you have your tape measure. Just put your tape measure on the end and you can see the 45. Get your tape right on that line and this one right on this line. Okay, now when you go to measure the other side, do the same thing. Get your tape measure there. You can see the edge of your tape measure is right at the 45 of the line. Put this at the 45 of the line. They're both right on. So therefore this box is square. I'm working on just a couple sawhorses right in the backyard. That's something you can do. I know you can do it. All right, let me cut the trim now and then we're going to put that on. Okay, so now we're cutting the trim. I've got the box made up. I've checked it for square, and now I'm cutting the trim that's going to hold the glass in. So this is the saw that I talked to you about in the video of when I made the valance. I told you it was a more portable saw that I can carry around. I've had this saw a lot of years. Most of all my tools I've had a lot of years. But anyway, if you're going to buy a saw for your house, okay, this is a good one. It's a 12-inch, okay. But if you don't want to get a 12-inch, you want something a little small, you get a 10-inch, then you need to make sure you get a sliding one so that you can cut bigger material, okay. This one's a 12-inch. I can cut good size material, but if I want to cut anything bigger, that's when I use the saw in my warehouse. I had already taken all the measurements, so I already knew what I needed. I'm measuring it, but I'd already cut one for this side, so I'm going to double check myself. Okay? It's easier to measure twice and cut once than to cut it wrong and have to go buy another piece. Okay, looks good. Oh, left one of these darn stickers on here. Make sure you get these stickers off. They're a pain in the butt, but then especially when you go to paint, you know, you just want to make sure you get them off. Be careful when you do this. Get the glue off. You're going to sand it anyway, but okay. It's a great little saw. Eyeball it, get your mark on there, eyeball it. They have them with lasers. The one in my warehouse had a laser, but they don't last long. And then, if you know how to operate a saw, you know, you don't really have to worry about it. You've been using the eyeball for a lot of years. Okay. All right. Okay. Cut all the trim. I put some on already, but I put glue down first. Okay. Then I set my trim on. Get my ends to line up. And when you go to put this in, stay straight up and down. Try not to get any shiners. Shiners when the nail pops out. Don't worry if you do, you can fix it. Get a pair of pliers. Get the nail out. And then redo it. All right. Do the one more here. Now make sure you put glue on the little returns. You don't need much, put a little dab. And then don't overfill it on here. Just get a nice little bead, move quickly. There you go. The trim's on. It's now ready for a piece of glass. I'm going to go get a piece of glass.
Building with Papa. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.